Everybody, Scout Crafty here again. It's Friday, TGIF. What a beautiful day. Double Flag Friday. Absolutely perfect weather. Look at that sky, blue sky. We got a few things going on today. We got a big show coming up tomorrow. It's going to be weather just like this over in Zagray in Colchester, Connecticut. Let's get downstairs, get started, get this weekend going. Okay, we're back down the shop, and like I said, it's a beautiful day. We don't want to be down here too long, but first thing I want to start off with, you remember last week we did that advertising crowbar they used to give away, and one was FUNKS hybrid seeds out west. Well, it just so happens it came up in my eBay search. You know, they keep a record on things you search for, and this this giveaway knife came up from FUNKS hybrid seeds. And I said, you know what, I'm going to go, and I did. Let's check it out. Okay, this is the knife in question. You could see here. It says FUNKS, right? G hybrids, but there's something on the handle, and it looks like, I don't know, some kind of ink or something. It wasn't like that. I've seen examples of these. They had a really shiny hand. Again, they were giveaway knives. A nice knife, nice. It's more of a kitchen knife than you would think a hunting knife. Let's clean this handle up. It's a real easy, because, you know, this is like probably an aluminum handle, and we can polish aluminum like crazy, huh? So let's wipe off whatever this gunk is on here. You know, it's like I don't know what that is. We'll wipe it off, polish it up, and I'll show you what it looks like. Now, you might have seen me mention this before on the channel. This is Bush Super Shine aluminum polish. Of all the aluminum polishes I've ever used, this stuff is fantastic. And the best part is, truckers use this for their wheels, or they want to make those gas tanks shine, and all kinds of things. You only need the smallest amount, so the stuff really lasts a long time. Look, there's just a little bit, right? And I'll show you what this does. Real time. Watch this. Just a little section here. Look what it does. You cannot believe how good this stuff works. I would sell I would sell this stuff. I'm telling you, I could make a fortune buying this and then reselling it at car shows and things like that. But look at that, and you just keep turning red, because remember, you're gonna pick up some residual particle. But look at this here. Look how that comes out, and then you got to buff it when it's when you get to the point like this. Okay, look at that. In 2 seconds, look at the shine we got on there. So I'll do the whole knife, and this stuff is great. If ever you come across it in an auto parts store, pick it up if you want to do aluminum. And there we go. Just a little bit of hand polishing, 5 minutes or so. Aluminum always cleans up easy, but you can see here how the handle came out. I could have taken this to the belt's end and really got it, but I'm going to put this in the drawer, and aluminum will get dinged up after a while, but it is, I assure you, it is a nice finish on here. And again, that's all done by hand. That's the way these were given out. The blade is absolutely mirror, right? All the way through. So it's a nice little knife that they gave out as a giveaway. I miss giveaways. You know, I wish they did more of it. They don't do that anymore. I think they're missing out. People love free stuff. Anyway, that one's in the can. Nice little knife. Okay, next up, quick story. My girlfriend, you know what's funny? Like, you know how they say death comes in threes? And it's true. You ever notice, like, you know, somebody dies, then all of a sudden somebody else dies, and then you're waiting for the third one? You know, they say people, you know, people we know, it's like three, it comes three at a time. Well, I find it's almost the same thing with flat tires or nails in your tire. You know, you could go 10 years, knock on wood, without a flat or a slow leak or something, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, within a year, you got three. You're back at the tire shop 3 times. You're like, I don't know what's going on. Well, my girlfriend's going through that now. She got brand new tires on her car, and it's not an old car. It's only like 5 years old. She had brand new tires put on, and she's picking up nails all over the place. You know, some brand tires will do that. They're like nail magnets, and other brands, you can run over a box of nails and nothing, you know. But some tire, it's like there'll be a nail by the curb, and it'll just right to your, you know what I'm talking about. So I said, okay, you know what? I said, and she's having a rough time, you know, coming out, seeing the pressure's low, because, you know, now the cars display the tire pressure, which is a good thing, unless you're like, you know, paranoid, and you say, why is that one, you know, 2 pounds less? Now it's 3 pounds less. What's going on? Well, so I said I'm going to get her a I'm going to give her one of my 7 compressors I have here. I figure I'll give her the pancake compressor because that's just too loud for me to use. But for occasional use, it's fantastic for that kind of thing, filling tires and whatnot. And I said I need something simple, you know, simple. Because you know how girls aren't like us. So we've been filling tires, you know, car tires, bicycle tires, tractor tires, lawnmower tires, wheelbarrow tires. We've been filling those tires for years, you know, and girls, they don't, you know, so they kind of get confused, and it doesn't show you when you go to the gas station. It's not really user-friendly. So I said, I'm going to get something that's super easy, idiot-proof, that I could use, you know, that everybody would enjoy using. Let me show you what I picked up. So I go on Amazon, and you know, Amazon's great because they got so many, but that's also a problem. There's so many items. Sometimes it takes you a while. You get overwhelmed because there must be 50 of this type of air fill valve on there. So I was going through, and I settled on a brand, Astro. That seems to have the highest ratings. It's supposed to be really good. So I ordered this up, and here's what comes in the box. And you see what this is, right? Basically, it's one of these all-in-one. Let me pan up a little bit so you can see. Sorry about the movement. But it's one of these all-in-one that you just clip on the air hose. This already came installed, which is nice. You don't have to install the quick release. And it's got the regular fill, and it's got the release, the air release. That's simple, right? Now, the only part I'm not really 100% crazy about, you see these all of these have a simple problem. They got this lock-on device, this little spring tab of metal, but they don't work as well as they like. I like to keep things very simple. It's brass, you know, valve construction. It's got a awesome, you know, gauge. I don't know if plastic or whatever, but it's rubber coated. So, you know, if you drop it, it's not going to break. I checked it out. It's accurate to within half a pound. I mean, going by all my other gauges that are really accurate. And it feels nice in the hand. The best part was, it was like $18 shipped to the house. It's just, how can you beat that? And it comes with a Schrader valve tool, you know, the one to remove if you had to remove the tool. It comes with some Teflon tape, and it comes with 4 valve covers, you know, the caps, the plastic ones. I was very satisfied. It works fantastic. I'll show you how it works, because I was always checking that air in I was airing up my tires. Let me show you how it works, but let me show you the coolest part of this by far. So here's the coolest part. Check that out. It's glow in the dark. It's glow in the dark. How cool is that? You know, this thing was, I brought it in the house. This thing was, it's much brighter because, you know, that it's on film it looks, but this thing is bright as can be. Glow in the dark. I love glow in the dark stuff. Ever since we were kids, right? Everything was glow in the dark. Today, nothing's glow in the dark. Okay, so let me show you how this works. Okay, here's that pancake compressor. Very simple, easy to use, but they are extremely loud, so that's why I don't like to use it inside. Plus, they draw every bit of 15 amps. So let me show you how this thing works on the tire. Okay, here we have our little valve. To put it on the quick release, you pull back this and you squeeze it in. Okay, it's already hooked up. Now to attach it to the valve, you just squeeze this like this and press it onto the valve. Okay, now we're hooked up, and you can see here the pressure that we have. We have it about 36 pounds. You can see that there. Now I'm going to let a little bit of air out to adjust it. Okay, and you can see it lets air out, and then to fill it up, you just squeeze the handle, and you can see it fills it up. It's just absolutely beautiful. Then to release it, squeeze, pull. Bob's your uncle. Okay, next up, I've been wanting to get to this a while. We got this Dasco 399, and it's got a really rough, you can see here, really rough seams on it, and you know, otherwise it wasn't beat on too much. Again, a lot of these are very kind of crude, blocky looking, but I think we can do a better job and get this up to look nice. So let's do that real quick. Okay, here's our post wire brush evaluation, and this is exactly almost NOS what this would look like when they were brand new. Again, you know, you had the raised lettering here, the Dasco. $3.99. But you see these forge lines are just, you know. But again, this is the way it would have came out. This had very little use, if any. The tip is pristine, although kind of blocky. But this is, again, the way it was made. All original. But you see here, you see all the forge marks, and you know, and it could look nicer. It could. This is where you say, do I want to keep it this way? You know, it's, you look at the seam runs all the way up there. This is where, you know, you take this and you just take it to the next level. Let's see what we can do. Now here's the difference between the forge, the standard out of the forge, and just with the flap disc, and we'll flatten all that out, but you could see the difference. We're taking all that forging off and just making it the way. This is a step they would have done at the factory, but it's just too expensive, too time consuming. Okay, I got a real quick story for you. You know, I was taking my walk last night, and you know, depending on, believe it or not, where the garbage picks up, it's either east of the boulevard or west of the boulevard. And yesterday they were picking up east of the boulevard, so I was walking over there, and because I walk late, I'm usually around when the garbage trucks are coming, you know, and I was walking down this one block, and the garbage truck was about half a block up. I could see it, so I'm walking in front of it before they got to the pickup, and I see these, again, people are still throwing out stuff from the flood, from the hurricane, and but I see this bookcase that was thrown out, and I guess there was a bunch of books, and I always look at books, because you never know, you might find a technical manual or something interesting. And these weren't water damaged. They were just thrown. So I look at them, but they weren't books. What they were photo albums. There was about 35 photo albums filled with pictures. And I have to tell you, I got a little depressed seeing that. You know, I felt so bad. I was like, look at all these snapshots. And, you know, they went back to, I saw one that was dated 2001. But if they were real old, I would have tried to grab them. But again, the truck was coming, it was barreling down, and I was like, I'm looking at them, and 35 albums of just all kinds. It said VFW awards, and God only knows what was in there. And I felt so bad. I said, what a shame, because, you know, photographs, especially growing up, when we were growing up, photographs was, and still to this day, you know, if there was a fire in the house, they said that's the first thing you should grab, your photos. Everything else could be replaced except your photos. And here it was, 35 photo albums thrown out. You know, it still messes me up just thinking about it. You know, like, you know, you think about all this, somebody's memories, those moments in time that were captured in the garbage to be thrown out, never to be seen again. And I was just, you know, what's your thoughts on that? Do you keep your photos? Do you cherish your old photos? Because the stuff we have on our phone now, you know, the problem is between 2000 and 2010 or 15, you know, when the digital cameras were coming out and all this stuff, a lot of photos got, you know, lost with the, you know, transferring. There was all different formats. Remember, it was floppy disk and all this stuff. A lot of them got lost, you know. So this digital format is rough. It was different when we had hard copies, regular pictures that you could, tangible things you could touch and save and look at. And today, a lot of this digital stuff could be gone in a moment. In a moment, you know, just a virus gone. Do you back yours up? What do you do? Let me know about that. Just thought I'd share that little story with you. Okay, let's get back to the project. You know my favorite part. Remember what this Dasco looked like before we started? And we're calling this project done. And this little Dasco was a pain in the butt. And I'll tell you, a couple things that made it difficult. You know, they saving the name, you know, because the name here was embossed, you know, it was raised up. And so how do you keep it without, so we were able to keep the name and make it look decent. But again, we just brought it up to a polish. And look at the top here, huh? Smooth that all, because somebody used it to bang on, and they always do. But look at that. Isn't that just a pretty little, you know, pry bar, crowbar? Kept all the facets true, you know, and everything is smooth, because remember the big ridges on the top and bottom. Took all those ridges out and then smoothed them in. It is not a sharp item on this whole bar. Just lovely, right? And again, it's respectable. And you know what? I took off that ridge that they have and smoothed it out, because if you want to use this as a pry bar to get in something, you don't want that step. You want it to just smooth over. So I like it. I always like these little Dascos. I always like any little pry bar. Hammer came out good. Everything's good. Nice little Dasco, $3.99. These things are surprisingly expensive sometimes on eBay. Again, I wonder why. Okay, in closing, it was just it's kind of a mumble up Friday. Like I said, I got that show tomorrow. If you're anywhere near Colchester, Connecticut, Zagray Farm Museum, it's a lot of fun. Fall shows are the best shows, much better than the summer shows. Looking for a big turnout because the weather's supposed to be absolutely pristine. So look for me. I'll be wearing my red knapsack if you get there. I think you'll enjoy it if you're in the area. It's definitely worth the trip. Anyway, thanks so much. Hope you have a great weekend. Take care now. Bye-bye.